How much can you really make as a videographer today? Is it a constant grind for low-paying gigs, or can you actually build a six-figure business? I remember when I was just starting out, completely lost, staring at my gear and wondering what the heck to charge. I was terrified of asking for too much and losing the job, but I was also sick of feeling like I was barely breaking even. So in this video, I'm pulling back the curtain. We're going to break into the surprising truth about videographer salaries, from full-time employees to freelance hustlers and entrepreneurs scaling their own thing. This is your roadmap to understanding your actual market value and the concrete steps you can take to start earning what you're truly worth. And we're not just talking about numbers, we're talking about strategy. Section 1, the confusing truth about videographer salaries. All right, let's get into it. What does the market actually say a videographer is worth? If you do a quick search online, you get some really confusing answers. It's a mess of conflicting data. One figure you'll see floating around from salary aggregators suggests that the average for a videographer in the US is somewhere around $63,000 a year, which is about $30 an hour. But then other sources will paint a different picture, with the average closer to $74,000, and then you have job board estimates, and that puts the average way lower, maybe around $23 an hour. Now, why the huge difference? The reason this happens is the numbers blend together for everyone. For most salaried videographer roles, you're probably looking at a range between $45,000 and $75,000. An entry-level job might start in the low $50,000s, while a top earner in a salary position could get closer to $100,000 or more. The key takeaway here is that an average salary is just a blurry snapshot. Your income isn't fixed. It's shaped by your skill, your location, and most importantly, how you position your business. Think about it like this. Some people at the gym just want basic access to equipment. They pay the lowest fee, show up, do their thing, and leave. That's the videographer who just shows up to shoot and hands over the footage. They're selling their time. But other people at the same gym pay a premium for a personal trainer. They're not just buying access, they're buying a plan, expertise, and a guaranteed path to results. They're buying transformation. Your income explodes when you stop selling basic gym access, your camera, and your time, and start selling the personal training program, the strategy, the creative, and the tangible business outcomes for your client. The numbers are all over the place because some videographers are selling time while others are selling results. Section 2, the freelance ladder, from hourly gigs to high value projects. Now, if you're a freelancer, those salary numbers are even less relevant. Your income potential is way more dynamic. Let's break down the freelance pricing ladder, but here's the thing. These are illustrative ranges, not rules. These numbers will swing wildly based on your market and the project. At the bottom of the ladder, you have what we call the beginner tier. This is someone just starting out, maybe 0 to 3 years of experience, still building a portfolio. Illustrative hourly rates here might be in the 40 to 90 range. Day rates, which are typically 8 to 10 hours, could be anywhere from 400 to 800. A lot of people start here. Next up is the mid-tier level. This is a videographer with a solid portfolio, maybe 3 to 7 years of experience. They're proven and reliable. Their hourly rates might be in the 90 to 200 range, and their day rates could be anywhere from 800 to 2,000. In this stage, you're not just a camera operator, you are a creative who can execute vision. Finally, we have the senior or specialist tier. This is a pro with over 7 years of experience, usually with specialization in high demand niche. Their rates can be 200 to 500 an hour or even more. A senior day rate often starts at 2,000 and can go all the way up to 4,000 or higher. Now let's address a common myth that pros never charge by the hour. That's not really true. While project-based pricing gets more common, many pros still use day rates as a baseline. The real shift here isn't about abandoning time-based metrics, it's about moving away from only trading your time for money. Think of it like building a burger. Your camera work on shoot day, that's the patty. It's the core of the meal, sure, but the real profit, the real value is in the toppings, the editing, the color grading, the sound design, the motion graphics, the strategy calls. Those are all extra bacon. cheese, and special sauce that can turn a basic burger into a gourmet meal and jack up the price. Beginners give all the toppings away for free just to sell the patty. Pros price every single component. Section 3, the income multiplier niche, retainers and positioning. All right, so if you want to climb that ladder faster and make more money without just working more hours, you need to focus on 3 things. I call these the income multiplier. First, choose a profitable niche where you're a generalist. You're competing with everyone. But when you're the go-to person for the luxury real estate films or tech company brand stories, your competition shrinks. You become an expert. The businesses will pay premium for an expert who understands their industry and gets results. Stop trying to be a videographer for everybody. Be the only choice for a specific type of client. Second, productize your service with packages and retainers. Stop giving custom quotes for every single person. It's exhausting and it makes you look like you're just making up numbers. Instead, create clear packages. Think bronze, silver, gold. For example, a social media starter package might include 4 short videos delivered monthly. This leads directly to what I think is the holy grail of predictable freelance income: retainers. Instead of a client hiring you for a one-off project, they pay you a fixed amount every single month for a set amount of work. Imagine a restaurant pays you $2,500 every month for a package of social media videos. You're not constantly chasing new leads. You have predictable revenue. That is how you escape the feast or famine cycle. Third, you have to strategically raise your rates. I know this is the scariest part for most creatives, but it's essential. The best time to do it is right after you have a new proof point. Just finished a project you're super proud of, get a glowing testimonial. That's your moment. Your new portfolio piece is the evidence that justifies the price increase. A simple way to do this is to raise your rates by 15 to 20% after every 3 to 5 new projects. You will not lose all your clients. You might lose the low-paying ones, but you'll make room for the better clients who are willing to pay for your growing value. Section 4, the mindset shift from videographer to creative partner. But here's the thing, all these strategies, niching down, packaging your services, raising your rates, they're all powered by one fundamental mindset shift. And honestly, this might be the most important part of the whole video. You have to stop thinking of yourself as a videographer for hire and start positioning yourself as a creative partner. A videographer for hire waits for instructions. They get an idea and are paid to execute. Their value is tied to their technical skills and their time. A creative partner, on the other hand, is involved in strategy. They ask the client, what's the business goal of this video? Who's the audience? How are we going to measure success? They don't just bring a camera, they bring ideas. Their value isn't tied to their time, it's tied to the results they help the clients achieve. When a client sees you as a partner whose work generates a return of investments, your price becomes a business expense, not a creative luxury. This is the difference between a client asking how much for a 2-minute video and how much would it cost to help solve our lead generation problem this quarter using video. And I'm telling you, the second conversation leads to a much bigger budget. If this breakdown is helping you see a clearer path forward, do me a favor and hit the subscribe button and ring the bell. We're building a community here for creatives who want to build a sustainable, profitable business. I post new videos every week breaking down the strategies you need to succeed, and I'd love for you to be a part of it. Also, let me know in the comments, what is the single biggest struggle you have with pricing for you right now? I read and respond to every comment. So now, how much do videographers actually make? As we've seen, there's no single number. You can be a salaried employee earning an average of $63,000, but that comes with fixed income and less creative freedom. Or you can be a freelancer with the potential to build a business that earns that much in just a few months. It's a spectrum. There are freelancers struggling on $40 an hour, and there are freelancer specialists who can command $5,000 for a 2-day project. But it's important to remember that a salary and a freelance fee are not the same thing. That salary often comes with benefits, paid time off, stability. The freelance fee has to cover everything: your taxes, your health insurance, your gear, and your software, all the unpaid time you spend running the business. The numbers are just a reflection of your business strategy. Your income isn't determined by some external force you can't control. It is determined by your positioning and your confidence and your ability to communicate your value. Stop waiting for permission to charge what you're worth. Build your expertise, package your value, and start having conversations as a creative partner. That is the path to earning what you truly deserve. Watch this next video to really get down into the business strategies.